Order.
Right away, Commander. I don't like how silent it is. Don't let your guard down. Keep moving. I'm hit! Help! On it. Objective in sight.
Confirmed. Carrying out orders.
Enemy down! Jackpot. Need backup now! They're everywhere! Ready for extraction. Orders received loud and clear.
Found it.
One for my six! Help! Eyes on the enemy. I can't hold them! I don't want to die like this! Mayday! Mayday! Please, somebody, do something!
Welcome back to IndieX 2025. My name is Paulo, known online as Rufox. You guys might know me from screaming at video games that have pew pew in it. But anyways, we're here for IndieX. This is going to be another game today, and we're going to be introducing Xenopurge. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the game is. So the Xeno Menace is relentless. You give the orders, and they fight for their lives. To survive, you need sharp tactics, upgraded gear, and a willingness to sacrifice. You're not in the field, but their lives are in your hands. And speaking of hands, we have today with us one of the people that actually is involved in the game developing system, which we have Mike with us. Mike, welcome to IndieX. It's a great feeling to have you here with us today to present Xenopurge.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
So, Mike, just to kick off with a little bit of an interview directly to you, I want to know a little bit of your role within Traptics, which, by the way, I didn't mention. So, the game is developed by Traptics and published by Firesquid. So, I want to know a little bit of your role within Traptics.
I'm the co-founder of Traptics. I mostly dabble in game design and a little bit of the business side of things. But we are a very small indie studio, so as you know, we usually have to do a lot of things. Each one of us has to do a lot of things. But my main focus, it's game design.
Yeah, so you dabble a little bit in game design and other stuff. Okay, good to know. So I am very curious because I actually I was looking at Firesquid's website a little bit yesterday, and they seem to be a publisher that mainly focus on tactics heavy games. So I am very curious. How did you guys come together with Firesquid to launch the game? Like, how was I don't want to say the business side of it, but like, how was the connection between you both?
Well, Firesquid, if I'm not mistaken, they promote themselves as a publisher for strategy games with a twist, a little bit alternative, not tactical specifically, but a little bit of alternative strategy games.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we got and worked together was probably because I liked so much their games as a gamer. So it
Mm-hmm.
came natural that if I like their games, probably the same player would also like the game that I am making. So I'm all for games that kind of break the molds and go for a different direction than other games. And I really look forward to the games that they have, and I'm very happy to be part of their catalog with Xenopurge. And so far it's been doing going great.
Great, it has been going, that's for sure. And speaking of games that change the narrative and the direction of gaming in general, first of all, I want to say congratulations to you and your team because you're nominated for Most Innovative Award. So congratulations on that one. It's a great feat.
It's a big honor.
Yeah. And then to follow up, before we go on to the gameplay, I do want to ask you, first of all, the games that you have most fun playing. I'm going to ask like 3 games that you have fun playing. And also I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of an elevator pitch to the chat that we have together with us on EDX today. Just not from a business perspective, but like, let's say you're talking with 2 or 3 friends and you're like, you really have to play this game about Xenopurge, of course.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't get it.
Okay, so let's divide it into 2 because this was very fast. So let's say you're talking with 2 friends and not from the business side, but let's say you're talking with 2 friends and you're telling them about Xenopurge.
Okay.
How would you pitch the game to your 2 friends?
Yes, so the easiest way to describe it is if you have seen the Alien movies, the second one, where Lieutenant Gorman was in his command center, he was trying to guide the Space Marines against the Xenos threat, but he wasn't doing very good job. That's exactly the guy that you are. You assume the role of that commander, and you're trying to get your orders across, but soldiers kind of have a mind of their own. There's a lot of hidden information. The technology at hand is not the best one,
Hmm.
so you have to overcome a few things. But effectively, it's a simulation game. It doesn't play as a simulation game, at least not most of the classical simulation games.
Of course.
But we call it a tactical auto battler, as you know, doesn't really mean anything, but that's the best way
Yeah.
that we can describe the gameplay. And effectively, yes, you are a commander. This is what you should expect. You're expecting a simulated experience of being a commander.
Also, in about a minute or two, we're going to change up to the gameplay, by the way, to those of you that are watching us from home. But we were talking a little bit about that alien vibe. And, well, that's jokes on me for never watching the Alien movie. So that's jokes on me. But while we're switching up to the gameplay, I do want to ask you because I did realize that you just launched a new update called the Synthetic Squad. Want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. Um, all of our content and the world that we are building, we're trying to draw inspiration from the Alien movies, and the androids on all of the Alien movies. They have a very core role. Usually, they are the villain, but in our case, we are trying to draw inspiration from those androids and bring them into the game. And there's a few things that you can do this. We specifically for the synthetic squad compared to the other squads, the synthetics, for example, are much stronger because they have all these augmentations, but at the same time they're much more expensive to heal because you need all these spare parts to get them together. So each squad in our game has a different kind of gameplay, different kind of strategy. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean it's better or worse than other squads, but
Yeah.
we like to have like consider it like a different kind of deck for other kind of games.
Yeah.
So find your own play style and stick to it. Or
Which is funny because now I'm going to ask the production to change up to the gameplay so we can get started. But it's funny because that is one of the main points where I did notice that it kind of draws a little bit of inspiration from like games like Spyro. I've been playing a lot of Inscription, so it kind of draws some inspiration from that to the fact of okay, it's not anywhere near that, but it does have different decks and different decks that do different stuff, but really good stuff either way. I've only played with one. I'm going to be honest. I've only played with one. Like I told you off stream or off camera, I'm not really that good, so I've only played the Sentinel Strike. I don't know if the other ones are available in the demo at least, but I've only played with the Sentinel Strike. So to kick it off, can you tell us a little bit of maybe the strongest points of the Sentinel Strike team?
so the Sentinel Strike team is the one that is most straightforward. It's like the easiest to play, but they do have kind of a cap when it comes to skill or mastery. They have two units and they are very straightforward. One guy is charging, fighting for melee. The other guy is keeping his range, trying to offer fire support from afar. They also have access to two injections, as you can see under the starting commands list. They have
Mm-hmm.
inject health steam and inject kinetra, which means that they can heal and that they can increase their speed while in the level, which means also this also means that not everyone has access to the same kind of commands. So the second squad or the third squad, when you unlock them, they can't heal within the battle. So that changes
Mm-hmm.
very much how you're gonna play the squad. This one should be an easy squad. I mean, it's like an introductory kind of squad.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's just get the run started. We do have a lot of panels here to inspect the units itself, like Morton Hicks, about their gadgets and what they do. Like Mike was just saying, we do have the inspect commands as well, which I don't know if they're standard or if they change. So you're the better person to say that. And one thing that I did find very interesting is you do have the mission mode, which we were talking about simulations before we changed the gameplay. You do have the simulation mode, and we do have the real mode. Now, I had some assumptions about this from what I wrote. So, real mode is the normal mode, right? And simulation is like what, like a kind of a training mode.
It allows you to pause the game, which
Okay.
let's say it's not the intended experience, because part of the stress and the tension of the game comes from it being real time, and the design has been so that you are supposed to give the commands in real time. If you pause every like few seconds to calm yourself and make the best strategy, it doesn't deliver as much. But we're all for accessibility, so if you feel overwhelmed by the choices or the tension, you can try the simulation mode. Maybe the simulation mode would be more ideal for the setup that we have right now as well, so that you can
Okay.
pause and ask or comment.
Okay, so we can try simulation mode. I do know that I was a bit stressed out yesterday playing the real mode, so let's start the new run right away. Then, first of all, this screen, that's why I was talking about Spiral, for example, or Slay the Spire. Actually, um, this draws me instantly to Slay the Spire into Inscription, for example. Was that the kind of inspiration that you guys had?
Yeah, definitely. The roguelite map, I mean, at this point is shared among multiple games. Inscription definitely has been an inspiration when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
how you combine, a very tight core loop with a little bit more ambiguous story where you have the room and things are happening outside of the core gameplay. But yes, this map offers all the choices that we need to offer the player when it comes to making something special.
Okay, so let's start the first one. We of course we have different paths. I chose mine path. Also, by the way, for those of you that are watching at home, on the bottom of the screen you do have which or what each icon is about. So as you play, you do have some indications. So now this one's going to be very straightforward. So I'm not going to ask you to let's say like give me the tutorial part of it. There's also a tutorial for those of you that haven't played this build. But rather than that, I do want you to talk a little bit about how you guys developed, kind of like I don't want to say a devlog, but like how you guys came together as a team in Traptics, how the whole company came together. While I'm just playing this tutorial level.
Yes. We've been around for 13 years now. We started back at 2012, and we've been through a lot of, say, setups. Usually, what we have been doing is we're developing our own games, and on the side, we were also developing for games for other companies. And in combination of these two things, we have developed over 50 games in total. But on the last few years, we've been trying to focus on our own games, on our own designs, and we had developed a strategy survival game before
Mm-hmm.
Xenopurge. It took us like 2.5 years, and Xenopurge is a little bit of it's a significantly smaller project than the last one we had developed. And the reason we went for something smaller is that we wanted to create something a little bit more experimental, if you want to call it, a little bit more unique or innovative. And we started with a very iterative process. We've been through several rounds of playtesting, either through the Steam playtest or the early access, which we are currently on. And effectively, the game has been largely driven by community feedback.
So while Mike was giving this explanation about how Traptics came together, we did finish the tutorial level, which is very straightforward. It's a very small room, not a lot of objectives. But I do know that in about one or two levels, we're gonna start having a fair amount of collectibles to have in extractions. Now, while we're still moving, I do want to ask: was somebody specifically assigned to do voice acting in this game? Do you have any voice actors? Did you guys do it yourself? Because the voice acting is very interesting in this game, the way you guys approach it.
We have several voice actors. I think
Hmm.
maybe about 16, 17 voice actors. They are split among male and female voice actors, and
Hmm.
we there's like I think over 100 phrases from each actor. And the purpose of the phrases is not to like have a proper dialogue, but it's more about conveying the feeling of the situation. So they can be very loud and very intense, while you're just
Oh,
watching
I know.
dots on a screen. They are fighting for their lives, and
Hmm.
the audio in general of Xenopurge is what brings it together and what conveys the situation and the horror feeling, the game.
Okay, so now changing to this screen, we do have asset management. Also, by the way, if somebody has any question in chat, do feel free to ask him. I have my chat on my right side, so do feel free to ask him. I'll ask Mike you guys' question. Now, moving to asset management, this is one of the different type of rooms that you have. So here you're supposed to learn new commands for the same kind of assets that you have, right? Like, how would this impact the gameplay itself?
So initially you have very simple stuff. Okay, you can see that you get 2 more injections, but as you are beating missions, you are earning commander prestige, which unlocks more stuff, more options to choose from. So on the upcoming runs that you will do, you will have more choices from weapons, equipment, melee weapons, and commands. The commands are what change the behaviors of the units. The ones that you just saw are very straightforward, they only change the stats. But later on, you get access to, for example, Overwatch, or you can command a specific room, a specific unit to go in a specific room, or set up a turret or a mine. And these kind of commands are practically what changes the gameplay and adds depth to the entire recipe.
Okay, in this case, I went for more plus 20 sight, I think that was. So I think that was, I don't even know, honestly. I don't even
If you
know
go
what I
to
bought.
inspect commands,
Okay.
you can see all the commands that you got. So you got inject Optivex along
Oh, that's
the
what I
previous
got.
command.
Okay.
So that would
Okay.
be 20 plus accuracy that you can use while in the battle.
Okay. Yeah, because you do have that aspect as well, right? Like while we're here, just I'm just trying to understand how I get out of this thing. Like
Press
yesterday, I
tab.
had the same problem. Oh, press up.
Tab.
Oh, tab. Yeah.
You can
Once
check
again,
the
like,
controls in the bot.
yeah, that's true. And like I was telling you, you do feel like a hacker, man, while you play this, because this is mostly just played on keyboard, right? Was that the feeling that you were going for?
Yes. We're trying to do this as immersively as possible. You wouldn't have a mouse in this kind of movies. You wouldn't have a mouse in this kind of technology. Or if you did have, at least it wouldn't be the best way to do the thing. So you can use your mouse, but it's much snappier, much more responsive to use the hotkeys and on the keyboard and the arrows if you have to, rather than trying to find with the mouse what you're looking for and aiming on the units and so on.
By the way, this was all scripted. Trust me, it wasn't. Anyways, so there's a difference of icons here, which I didn't really understand because I actually didn't choose any of the red ones yesterday to save it for today. What are the difference between the red ones and the other ones? The other ones are just battle, right? But there's a
Everything,
difference here.
all the ones that have like the arrows on the top and the right and then the sides, it's battles. The one that you're aiming right now, it's an elite battle, which means it awards more coins, but it's also more credits. Sorry, but it's also quite harder.
Okay, so I think this is perfect. This is going to be the first level you're going to walk me through. Then let's go. Let's do it. Because as I was saying, I was telling Mike before we went live, this is not my type of game. And while I'm having a ton of fun with Xenopurge, I died too many times. So the main objective for this level is to locate the extraction point and extract the VIP, which I did yesterday one level like this as well. We do have, if the carrier dies, the package will get destroyed. The package replaces the carrier's close combat weapon. Package effects -2, -2, -20. Okay, so this looks very straightforward. Now, what would you advise in a level like this? I know you can deploy different assets in different places. How would you advise me to go through?
Okay, so the first thing that you need to be careful of is the VIP. As you can see, he is already deployed. He doesn't really fight, so you need to protect him. He shouldn't be left alone. So you can place the guy with a charge. You can place Morse on the same room with him.
Okay.
Make sure that he won't be left alone. And you can place Higgs in the other room. The reason that we don't want everyone in the same room is because as time goes by, enemies get stronger. And it's important for us to explore the spaceship and find the extraction point the sooner possible. So you can start with the deployment. Actually, 1 second. You can also retask the VIP on the last line of commands, yes, and have him group with Morse.
Okay, so let's make him group with Morse.
The other way around.
Okay, so
You
group. Morse with VIP? No.
No, you already did this. The VIP with Morse.
VIP with Morse.
Sorry.
Okay.
And select Morse to recon because now they've grouped into each other. They would just follow each other.
Okay, interesting. So you do have those little twists that if you're not careful with it, you're gonna probably fail your mission. Okay, so recon to Morse, and now we can finish deployment.
Yes, let them go.
Let them just go.
It could be we're looking for the extraction point. If we get lucky and find it fast, we can just send the VIP on his way home and continue searching for the package.
That is a very interesting approach because yesterday, while I was doing the VIP mission, I actually didn't think about sending the VIP home. The VIP went with me to fight the Xenopurge. That is probably not the best approach, but I did it.
There's a few options that you can do. Usually, what I like to do is just bring him around and just have him collect anything that the other guys are too busy to collect. So I kind of use him as a mule a little bit. That's the price of being rescued.
Yeah, because VIPs can actually collect items too, right, and secure info or intel.
So now you have the package over there. You could have the VIP collect the package and extract, so you would get both objectives at the same time. But
so
anyone can
do that.
collect.
Let's do that. And now Morse and Hicks found the extraction, so now we can just send them all to the extraction, right? We do have a next wave in 20 seconds. Okay.
You can see that now they stopped moving because they just explored everything. You can change their behavior to focus. If you go retask commands focus, everyone will go to their objective, which means the VIP will go out while the other guys will stick on the VIP so that he gets protected. So it's all about assigning the correct behaviors at the correct time and macro managing your squad instead of micro, where is the case with most actors.
Yeah, because you don't really have a lot of power in what they do, right? You're just let's call you're just a guy behind the computer giving basic commands, right?
No, you can extract them all nice and safe.
Well, we're here extracting, and after now that we finish this level, we do have a question by George Zefa, which is: are there any plans? And this is relating to the new synthetic squad update. Are there any plans on adding like paranoia on soldiers, or having the synthetic squad members dysfunction or betray the rest, or any kind of an unforeseen events?
We didn't actually go that far. It would be a very accurate representation of how androids have been working in the universe of the aliens. But we were really trying to get some kind of morale system in the game, just to represent this sense of panic. The issue was that it was so overwhelming for the gameplay. They would just run around, not really do anything. It was very hard to balance. So we kept morale, perhaps for an expansion or for a sequel.
Yeah, you never know. You gotta go to the page wish list and leave a review and ask for their morale system. Which, by the way, I'm just gonna ask the production if we can get some links going on there. I think we have already the links going on there, so feel free to go to the store, and this is just a call to arms, a basic one. Go to the store, wish list the game if you guys are liking what you're seeing. And as we are gonna move on to another level, we still have quite a bit of time. Which, by the way, walk me through what we're seeing here. After the mission, you do have these ongoing challenges. What are these challenges for?
So there's two ways that you unlock stuff. One is the commander progression that you get experience, let's say, for. The other one is these challenges. These challenges effectively encourage the player to try different things. So if you would go on a store and get a specific kind of equipment, you can then progress a relevant challenge in order to unlock other equipment that is relevant to that first one. So for example, if you go to the power sword, if you go to the sword to the store and you get the power sword, you get the chance to unlock the gunblade once you kill 5 people with the power sword. So it's a little bit of rewarding the strategies that you play, but also encouraging play strategies that you don't play yet. And as you can see, there's several things to unlock from the beginning, and you get more challenges as you unlock, as you get more levels. You've already completed the challenge.
Oh yeah, I did one. I didn't even know that I did this one. So this one is for what? It's for the power claw. Okay, interesting. Yes. I didn't even see that I had this one done.
Yeah, so if you
Interesting.
go on a melee equipment store, there's a good chance that you will encounter this equipment. Purchase it.
Okay, we can try to go for it. Now let's proceed. So this right here, this is to recruit a soldier, which I'm gonna need your help again because we have to build the perfect squad.
Okay. So hiring a unit is free. You don't really pay money for it. You just have to pick one person and pick the best one. So as we can see, this guy has a behavior which is charge, and he has a pretty good melee damage. So that's a good option. Let's the other ones too. This
So
one
we have
has,
Ingram.
yeah, Ingram has a lot of speed. He has decent accuracy and stand and fight, and very good actually melee damage. So perhaps he's a little bit of a high end over here. And the third one,
So when we look at the UI, so accuracy is the one with a crosshair, right? And the other one is the power.
on the bottom right, where you see stand and fight, it's
Yeah.
the ranged behavior. Then it's the ranged weapon. Then it's the accuracy percentage, and finally it's the damage of the weapon. So everything
Okay.
on that square is about the ranged combat logic. On the left, it's the melee combat logic, and over them you can see the standard movement behavior when they are not in combat.
So now taking a look at Foster.
Yeah, he's unimpressive compared to the first one.
Okay, that's fair enough. We are not going for Foster, that's for sure. Maybe another time. So would you advise going maybe to a Lawson?
I would say playing with stand and fight is a very safe way to begin with.
Okay.
So let's go for the second guy who has stand and fight.
Okay, so let's go for Ingram. So Ingram now is in our squad. So we just go back with tab once again.
1 second.
Now we have again a choice, right?
If you head back, if you press tab again and head back to the asset management, you can see that you also get the chance in these nodes to modify your logic. So
yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
go to modify logic, you can upgrade the ranged combat logic of your soldiers into a different behavior. So for example, Morse that has charge, he is simply charging towards the enemy. He can be upgraded to run and gun, which would allow him to charge while shooting, significantly increasing his damage per second. Excuse me.
Okay, so then we have suppress as well for Hicks and Ingram. What does suppress mean?
It reduces the speed of enemies. Each upgrade costs 4 coins and you currently credits. And you have 9 credits right now, so I would suggest to get a run and gun and a suppress for any of the other 2 methods.
Okay, so let's go for a run and gun. And let's go for suppress, maybe for Hicks, I'd say.
Nice.
So that's all we can do there. Now, what would you advise here? We do have different paths once again, for those of you watching at home or that just joined us. We do have this roguelike tree. So what would you advise? You're going for the upper path or the lower path?
Okay, let's check. The next node after the battle, it's practically stat upgrades. But the one after it, on the bottom path, you can see that there's guns, like ranged guns. And we currently have 2 ranged people, so I would advise to go for the bottom path.
Okay, so let's go for the elite challenge once again, which, by the way, I'm going to need your help again. Otherwise, we're going to lose the run. That I know for sure. So our objective here is to locate and eliminate the Xenos hive, locate the extraction point, and extract the VIP once again. We do have an 8-coin reward. So, once again, I'm assuming we have to play somebody with a VIP.
Yes, same strategy.
So let's do Hicks and Ingram on the other one. Ooh, I don't remember this. So it was to group the VIP, right? With Morse and to Recon, right?
The others are on Recon by default, so you don't need to change.
Okay. So we finished the deployment.
So what you can do is you could, for example, retask hold ground on Ingram, where he is right now, to secure like the pathway. Now he's moved ahead, but you can place them at good spots.
Okay.
You know, secure long corridors. Where he is right now, he's not really seeing much, so maybe you can have him
maybe
collect
recon
or recon. Yes.
or collect. Okay, we can go for the collection. It's funny because this game, like, the ambience of this game is so. It's not that stressful, but it's to some degree it's kind of stressful because even with you guiding me through the level, I'm still feeling the tense moments of the levels. I think you guys did a really great job when it comes to that. So in this case where they're fighting, would you advise utilizing any of the health stims, Optivex or Kinetra?
It's a good moment to heal your heal Higgs. As you can see, he's pretty low and he has an enemy right
Okay.
around the corner. Ingram at the same time isn't really doing anything where he is.
Mm-hmm. So you maybe retask him to focus, I'd say?
Focus would be fine, yes. You've
Mm-hmm.
already found the extraction point and you can see that the VIP has moved completely on the opposite side. So it's important to have the VIP start going towards the right direction. You can focus everyone, that will be a safe approach.
Okay, so let's do that. Because yesterday I completely killed the VIP. So maybe let's refocus the whole group.
And the VIP, as you can see on the right, he has very low speed. So maybe give him some Kinetra
Okay.
to have the entire squad move a little bit faster.
Okay, to the VIP.
As you can see, Morse is charging ahead, protecting the rest of the squad, while everyone else is shooting at the Xenos
That
coming.
is very interesting because it's some stuff that if you don't have actually, if you're not paying attention to the skills itself, it feels like yesterday. I know that I felt very like, what is everyone doing? Like, why is one going backwards? Why is one going forward? And I was completely lost in the approach that they were doing. So it's really interesting. If you don't pay attention to all of those skills, you're probably gonna mess up.
Yeah, it takes some learning too, but at the end of the day, you need to accept the fact that you cannot micromanage them. They have their own behaviors. They
Mm-hmm.
are fighting the battle, and you're the commander, and you're hoping that they will follow your commands to the best of their ability.
Okay, so in this case, I'm just gonna extract the VIP. Gonna wait here for the extraction, and probably gonna ask them to go collect the other package up top.
Oh, risky.
We like some risk here.
So right now you have completed your objectives. So even if they all
Uh-huh.
die, you don't lose your run. You can still
Okay,
continue
that's
playing.
interesting. I thought if they died, you would lose the run.
Not if you have completed the objective, because
Okay, I just pressed extract. It's fine.
it's all
I
about
was
the
like,
objective.
let's go for the package, but anyways, yeah, that's actually true. That's actually I'd say that's the mode of the game. It's all about the objective. Also, we do have some people saying that this is going to their wish list, and I do want to ask you because I did take a quick look at the Steam page, but I don't actually remember. Do you have already a launch date, a release date? Or
No,
was
but
no, the game is
we
out. The game is out. Forget about it. Wait,
it's
the
an
game
early
is out.
access.
Yeah,
So if you mean a launch
yeah.
date for the full release, we are going to
Hmm.
release before the end of the year.
Okay. Also, Shirio is asking if you can use custom names for the soldiers. I think you can, but that's actually a cool question. Did you guys think about that?
It's on our to-do list. It's going to be there. We
Mm-hmm.
were a little bit against it. We
Okay.
didn't want to gamify certain elements of the simulation. You wouldn't just change the name of someone that you are
Yeah.
commanding. But yeah, we are giving into some things so that players can do their own thing, of course.
Okay, that's very interesting. I know especially streamers that stream the game would probably love to change the names of the soldiers. Now, moving on to the next section, we do have this here, which is a training section. I never actually explored this part here because, like I told you, I died way too early in the runs. So, what would this section be for?
This is very straightforward. You can just increase the soldier stats. This one is for melee damage. We can see that our charge guy has 6 damage, while Higgs has only 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a little bit of a meta advice. The enemies have health values that are multitude of 5, so it's very helpful to also have at least 5 melee damage. So giving some melee power on Higgs is going to come in very handy in case he gets engaged in close combat.
Okay.
And
Now,
that's it. We can keep the rest of the coins for later on.
okay. So let's keep the coins. Now we have another boss room, so let's go to that one. Or another battle room. I didn't even see the objective. So this is actually a very good point, because like when you can't see or when you skip the objective for some reason, can you actually go back and watch it again or see it again?
You can see the objective on top left at all times.
Okay.
The
okay.
first screen is a little bit more introductory, let's say tutorially. So after a couple of times, you do just skip it. But
Yeah,
yes,
just skip it. Just go right away to the action.
you can. You need to purge the hive. It's very straightforward. Just find the hive and blast it.
Okay, so let's do 2 people in one settlement and another one in the other. So here, would you advise to go recon for everyone?
I like to play risky and go recon with everyone. So I like to explore as fast as possible.
Okay, so let's go for the exploration.
Oh!
That means, well, there you go. This is the risky part. Well, 2v1 here, ganging up on Ingram.
You
Of course,
can use,
because we have Mike's help. Of course, Ingram is very strong.
You can use Kinetra to speed him up. You definitely need to heal him at some point.
Let's heal him up right now, because he's a big buff boy. Now, okay, we already found a lot of stuff. This is a more complex level than the ones that I played so far, to be honest. So this is very interesting.
You found the hive. Higgs is taking care of it.
Oh, that's the hive up top. Okay, that's interesting. So would you advise to send somebody there as well, or to go collect, for example, that piece of intel that we have there?
So this actually is not a piece of intel, it's a log. When you collect it, you unlock some entries on the other monitor. I don't know if you saw it on your previous playthrough, but you can exit the screens and go check some story stuff. So it's a let's say story related entry that.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's collect that and let's take a look at that in a little bit, because that's actually something that I was going to ask you, because I didn't notice too much lore heavy stuff so far in the game, and I was actually going to ask you, like, is there like a set story, or do you have to actually uncover everything through these story files, let's call it that way?
So there is a story that is, let's say, entirely optional. The player, if they just like the core gameplay loop, they can stick to that. They don't need to explore it. But the story takes place in the first-person perspective, outside of the standard monitors that we are currently watching.
Okay, so this was actually great timing. So we're going to take a look at that really quickly.
We have a story right now in the early access. Only the, like, let's say, introduction of the story is present. The full story will be deployed on the full release.
Okay.
Do you feel like you've gotten the hang of it?
I think I did, especially with your help. I'm mostly gonna die anyways, because once again, I am so bad at this type of games. Because like I always have the urge to macro manage everyone. So I'm like, he's not doing what I wanted, right? Like, so let's say I ask somebody to go explore. I assume that he's gonna like charge or something, because I'm not either looking at one of his skills or something, and something goes wrong in them. I just want to macro manage everyone. So that's why I'm like really bad at these types of games. I think this is some kind of neurologic theory right here in the middle of this. But anyways. Okay, so as we unlock this, we have new command retask Overwatch. What is Overwatch?
So the next thing that you will unlock is this command. Retask Overwatch allows you to place a specific unit on a junction and have him stay there. So it's very useful in order to secure corridors with like long-range weapons and people that either have hit and run or stand and fight, long-range commands, so that the other players, the other units can get in and out of rooms a little bit more safely.
Okay, so let's take a look really quickly as well at the lore that you were talking about. So how do you go there, by the way?
You press and hold space.
Okay, press and hold space. You go back. I swear, if you guys are not... Okay, wait a... Guys, I swear this is the first time that I'm seeing this. Like I said, I played a little bit. I didn't even know you could go behind the monitor screen. Okay, this is blowing up. I feel like I'm having a Matrix moment right now.
Yeah, a lot of players get pleasantly surprised by this. So over
okay,
here
so
you
this
can
is the
see...
log, right? Okay, so you got emails in database, and we're not gonna read through all of this, but this would be the no, this is just emails, right? So what would this be about?
It is about the story. It's
Okay,
it's a little
everything.
bit how can I call it abstract, and I don't want to spoil too much about this,
Mm-hmm.
but there is more to it than what you are currently seeing.
Okay, this is very interesting. We're also not gonna read it, so everyone can just go play the demo, or just go play the game. You do have a demo available as well, right?
Yes, the demo is available, and it's early access, of course, available.
Of course. So we're going to leave that to everyone at home to go play it by themselves. Now we also have a bet. Can we interact with anything else here in the scenery?
Not yet, but we plan on
Mm-hmm.
adding several interactions in the room so that this becomes, like I said, more of a simulation.
Okay, this is still blowing my mind.
However,
People in chat are saying that they didn't expect this. Neither did I.
to be precise, when I say simulation, not in the game heavy meaning. It's more, about having a lot of small interactions that make it a little bit more part of the world than just rather than just a bunch of screens in a room.
That is all very interesting. Now, as we're approaching the end of our run, and we still have a little bit of time here, so I would want to go through with you through at least another boss room or another room of fight. So, either one of these two is going to be okay. We're just going to go with this one.
Get some
So
weapons.
here, this is to get some weapons, right?
Mhm.
So in this case, we have the red rifle and the PEX shotgun. Do they have any particularities in terms of like weapon choices that you made for the game? In terms of like, actually, we can talk about that. Like in terms of like everything, in terms of weapon choice and all that. You already mentioned Alien. Did you choose any particular stuff for the game?
For weapons, actually, our choices are a little bit random. We draw inspiration from Warhammer, from Helldivers,
Okay,
from
interesting.
Aliens. We have kind of taken advantage of the fact that we can very easily make up some lore for a weapon and just add it easily in the game. So we are just going crazy. We even have a gunblade. So yeah, we just like add whatever we feel is going to be like badass for our soldiers.
You know what? I love that for you guys. Now here, what would you advise going for the red rifle or the PEX shotgun?
Let's get both. We have both
Okay,
Ingram
we
and
have money for
Hicks.
both. Okay.
Yeah.
So would you put it on Hicks maybe?
Yeah, Hicks and the other one on Ingram.
Okay. So let's go for those two. And we also have time for one more room before we wrap it up. So here, once again, extract the VIP once again. So let's do the same thing, I assume.
Yes. Let's put two guys on R1 and then one guy on R2. So have two squads, two guys each.
Okay, so this would be two. I already deployed them. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, that's fine. Totally fine.
So if you can, if you find a junction and either Ingram or Hicks go through them, I feel like it's a good spot. You should probably tell them to hold ground so that they can like secure a bunch of corridors. So,
Okay, so maybe right here.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, so Hicks is just standing around. I'm assuming the rest of the squad might just stick together, right? Or at least one of them recon because of the VIP.
So the VIP is following Ingram while Morse is still exploring.
Mm-hmm.
The VIP is running for his life. Oh, there's the extraction, so you can.
I would do the same thing. Okay, so let's send the VIP to the extraction right away.
And yeah, you can, with the rest of the team, you can either choose to extract or have them collect the cash, or it's up to you.
Okay, so let's have Ingram collect the cash. Let's have the other two recon a little bit.
Remember that you can use inject Kinetra to speed them up, or
Oh yeah, that's true. I always forget about that. Always. Okay, so we have an else team. Let's put it on Ingram and Kinetra to Hicks. Okay, so we only have one cash to collect. I get so tensed up with this game every time.
You should probably
We're,
have the other
we're not
guys.
even playing the real.
Hmm?
We're not even playing the real difficulty.
I mean, the difficulty that you are playing is the first one out of 6. So this is like,
Oh, damn, I'm glad that I asked that. Oh, okay.
yes, we have 6 levels of different difficulty that are unique on each squad. And on top of that, every difficulty level is not just bigger numbers, it changes the game in a way that, for example, you the run is longer, for example, or you have to pay more stuff to in order to get healed, revived after combat, stuff like that. So there's a bunch of differentiators. Oh, there goes Higgs.
Oh, well, it went. That's totally fine, I assume. So let's collect. I still want to collect that. I don't want to leave without that cash. I'm going to be a little bit greedy. Now that we talked about those difficulties, is there actually, because I was just going to miss that as well, is there any other fun facts about the game that you can tell us?
There are a bunch of things that we still want to add, but what's what keeps the game going, and right currently has like, we have people that have played it over 50 hours, is that the game, the different play styles in between the squads, and depending on the starting, let's say, nodes that you visit, they keep changing. They change very much. There's a bunch of different builds that you can go, and you have to adapt as a commander to the things that you are given. It's not very not everything works, okay, but you can make a build out of everything. Like, there's multiple paths.
Okay, that is just all very interesting. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to extract, to be honest, at this point. Everybody's just dead. The
We're
VIP's
fine.
out. I think we're fine. This is high risk, high reward around here, folks. But I do think we're gonna be able to extract if he wants to, of course. Okay, so we're extracting. We're safe. We're safe. So this was all the time that we had for the gameplay showcase. I do want to give another call to arms to everyone to go take a look at the store page for Xenopurge and to wishlist it once again. As Ricardo in a previous interview said, that helps indie developers a ton, so please do that. Also, before we wrap up here a little bit, and I'm going to ask the production to change our screens really quickly. I don't even know if they already did because I'm not looking at that. Yes, they did. Anyways, so I'm just gonna give you here a few minutes to talk to the fans of the game and to talk a little bit about what you're gonna do moving forward with the game, and just a few minutes to talk with your fans about the game.
Okay, so like I mentioned before, Xenopurge is a game that was designed pretty much by the community. We've been very focused on interacting with our player base and how we bring and balance and, you know, put life to all the ideas that the community has. This started as a very experimental project, and we are very happy to see that it is being accepted by the community. Currently has a 92% positive rating on the Steam, and it honestly, we owe this to the players for giving us the feedback and allowing us to, you know, to bring life to such a weird kind of a game. We really encourage everyone that is interested in the game to join the Discord server and the Steam forums and tell us what they think of the game, tell us what they don't like, what they like, and we will act on it. Yeah, if you guys
Well, you
like alien movies or Space
hell
Hulk
yeah.
or, you know, even Hell Divers, we feel we have a lot of inspiration drawn, and we hope that we do justice to the expectations.
That's actually a game that I was thinking about yesterday. Helldivers 1. It's a little bit of a different play. I didn't play the first Helldivers, but I watched a little bit of gameplay, and that's actually I was getting some vibes of that as well. Anyways, you guys heard Mike. We are going to go on a really short break up here. Once again, a call to arms to get to go on that Steam link page, get in the Discord as well, give feedback to Mike and the team. Now we're going to go on a short break. We're going to be right back for Cold Rapid, but without further ado, Mike, thank you so much for being with us. It was a pleasure to have you here. and go wishlist Xenopurge.
Thank you very much.
Executing order.
Right away, Commander. I don't like how silent it is. Don't let your guard down. Keep moving. I'm hit. Help! On it.